Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am doing a book haul. I did not think I'd be doing a book haul anytime soon because I've been on a perpetual book ban for God knows how long, and I did not think I'd be buying any books. But July is my birthday month, so that's there, Alhamdulillah. And on top of that, I also just got some really good deals on books this month, so we do have ourselves a book haul. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 books that I got like brand new, or like basically I bought them. And then we also have 4 books that I got on a book swap, which my book club just did literally today. So these are 4 books that are also new to my shelf, so we're going to be introducing those at the end. So I'm going to get started with the books that I got. The first one is a secondhand find, and it was such a little special find for me because basically a member of our book club sent a little photo of the bookstall at the Good Market, which is like a Saturday market here in Sri Lanka, and in the corner of the photo there was a tiny bit of the spine for this book, and I was like, I need this in my life. Also because this author is one author that I always try to find secondhand books for. It's just a little bit more special. And the book itself is A Tear and a Smile by Khalil Gibran. This is such a beautiful copy. I'm obsessed with it. I literally saw a tiny bit of spine and I was like, I need that. And we actually had to reserve it, and then I had another friend go pick it up for me, so it's very special to finally get this in my hands. And I'm really excited to read it. It's so beautiful on the inside as well. This book is really nicely yellowed. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's just evenly yellowed, and it has a bunch of his work. It actually has a lot more than I expected, because I literally just saw Khalil Gibran and I was like, I want it. I don't really care what it's about. I want it. So because I love his poetry, I love his writing, so I knew that I wanted it. This particular copy, let's see if I can find when it was printed. I think I figured it out. This was printed in 1969. It was originally published, the first print, it went into print first in 1950. So this book is older than my parents, and this is why I think vintage thrifted books are so special. So yes, I'm so happy to have this on my shelf. Like, it's such a beautiful book to have in my collection. Second book needs another moment of silence because guess who finally completed my Hunger Games collection with the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by Suzanne Collins. Y'all don't understand. No, y'all understand. I know y'all understand, but like, do you understand? This is not the edition that matches my books. I thought it was. I don't know why, because like it's clearly the movie cover, like it's like the movie font. My brain just thought it was the matching cover. I guess I forgot about the green cover, but like screw it. This was cheap, like for Sri Lanka. Like I saw the price and I was like, buying it, because every other time I've seen Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, it's the hardback, it's the really nice green cover, but it's like 6K, and I'm like, I am not paying that much, like even if it's a series I love. Like, I'm frugal with my book buying. But it was my birthday and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna fork out the money to buy this, and I did, and I'm so happy I got it. I read Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes like 2 months after it came out in like 2021. Came out in 2021, right? I can't remember. But yeah, I've always wanted a physical copy because I've got the rest of the series on my shelf. I even have Sunrise on the Reaping on my shelf. This is the only book I don't have on my shelf, so it's been bothering me. And I do a Hunger Games reread every single year, which is a bit crazy, I know. I've been doing it for over, I think, 15 years now. Wait, that is a bit crazy, but I've been doing it for a long time, and I have not added Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes and Sunrise on the Reaping to my reread like queue. So now I've decided to add them, and I'm rereading the Hunger Games trilogy in release order. So I'm actually currently rereading the Hunger Games, and then I'll do Catching Fire, Mockingjay, Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, and Sunrise on the Reaping. I am so excited, and this is all obviously in anticipation of the release of Sunrise on the Reaping in November, you guys. The excitement, like, do you all understand how hyped I am for this? I am so hyped for this. I just want to add that like this was a longer book. I think this is the longest book in the Hunger Games like series, so I knew that if I was rereading this, I did want to have a physical copy. Now I do, and it makes me very happy. I don't know how I'm containing my excitement, because the next book is also like, every bookstore I go into, any bookish place I go into, I will scour it for this. I'm like, okay, I need to see if I can find this series. I need to see if this author is here. Even on like online bookstores, I will always look up this book if I find a new online bookstore. And if I'm asking like the clerks in the bookstore like for a book, if I'm asking them to look for something with me, I'm always asking about this series. And my beautiful best friend, my beautiful bestie, she knows how much I love this series, and she got it for my birthday as a present, and it makes me so happy. I got Hollowpox by Jessica Townsend. And I know people are like, what is Hollowpox? Because like, this is such an underrated series. It is one of my favorite series, point blank. I love this series so much. This is the third book. I have the first two books, which I also got secondhand in a random bookstore, completely out of the blue, because either they're like out of stock. I don't know if everyone's, I don't know who's buying them, but like they're out of stock, or they don't stock them. The fourth book came out it came out a while ago now, and I haven't seen it anywhere. Like, I saw Hollowpox somewhere for secondhand, and I fought for it. I literally, like, I put a hold, and I told her like, give me like an hour, I'll message you, I'll get the book. And then she sold it to someone else, and I literally fought with this like secondhand woman on Facebook about it. But like, yeah, that's how passionate I am about the Nevermore series by Jessica Townsend. This is a book I've read as well. But I just need this entire series on my shelf. Like, unfortunately the covers don't match, but I have never cared about that. So this is like the rest of the books. You have Nevermore, we have Wondersmith, and now we have Hollowpox. So happy about this. Like, I need the fourth book now. Like, oh my god, I'm so greedy. But Alhamdulillah, I have the third book now, and coincidentally I've been rereading the series so that I can read the fourth book, and this was the next book that I was supposed to reread, and I kept putting it off because I was like, I want the physical book, and Alhamdulillah, she got it for me. So thank you, bestie, you know me so well. A little bit about this series, because I feel like it's so underrated. This is a middle grade fantasy series, and I feel like a lot of people immediately get put off by that, and like the covers are very middle grade clearly. But like, hear me out, it's so good. It's like, if you, okay, here's the pitch. If you grew up reading fantasy as a kid, if you grew up reading the Magic Faraway Tree series, you grew up reading like Dr. Seuss, or like, what's another one, like Tim Burton, watching Tim Burton movies, and if that's the vibe you grew up with, like Harry Potter, that's another one. Like, if that is what you grew up with and that was your childhood reading, you're gonna love this series, because this is like every childhood nostalgic great fantasy book put into one, and it's done incredibly well. Like, I do this all the time. Like, when parents ask me like, what should my kids read, and then I ask them like, okay, are you okay with fantasy? If they're okay with fantasy, I always tell them, make them read Nevermore. Nevermore is such an incredible series. I love it so much. What is it about? Like, I feel like the plot can be kind of cliche, but the execution is chef's kiss. So give it a shot if you're into what I'm describing. We're diving into the next one. These three books I got from Bangladesh. I had someone who was there for a bit, and I was like, you want to give me some books? And they actually have a lot more books than Sri Lanka, which makes me really sad, because the Sri Lankan book selection is so limited. But that's for another video. So let me introduce you to the books that I got. First one is The Ocean Would Paint Me Blue by Zoulfa Katouh. Like, it is just such a beautiful book. Like, the color on this, like, look at that, the spine, the back, and the gold foil on the front, and it's just such a beautiful book. I'm obsessed with this a physical cover, but I'm also really excited to read her. I read As Long as the Lemon Trees Grow the year it came out, and I really enjoyed it. I feel like she writes Muslim characters so well in a very natural way. It excites me that she has another book out. I anticipated this for this year, and I don't usually anticipate a lot of books. I think I anticipated like 4 books this year, and this was one of them. It's hilarious that I know nothing about this book. Like, I do not know anything. I didn't know plot, I didn't know summary, I can't tell you anything. All I know was that Zoulfa Katouh wrote it, and I want to read it. I get like this with books, like I don't really want to know anything. I like going in blind. I have been hearing mixed reviews for this, but like I also don't really trust a lot of reviews anymore. I just read books and I decide for myself. So let's see how it goes for me. The next book. Is it really a Zafra video if I don't mention the ultimate fantasy writer for me, the Chloe Gong? I got Foul Heart Huntsman, and she's a thick one, like super thick and big. Like, oh my god, that's a big book. And I just knew, like, oh my god. When I found out that I could get this, I was like, drop everything else and get me this, because do you see how beautiful this is? And also, I love Foul Lady Fortune so much, and it's not on my shelf, and I regret not having it on my shelf. And one day, maybe in the far future, I'll eventually buy it, but until that day, this is gonna sit on my shelf beautifully, waiting for its partner. And I'm also so happy I got this before I read it, because as you notice the trend of me buying books I've already read, this was one of the books that I knew that I wanted something from this series, because I've been really enjoying this series. And I don't have any physical books of Chloe Gong, and I've read like almost in all of her books that she's put out. So I'm so happy to have her on my shelf. Can you tell I tried to match Foul Heart Huntsman? Also, can I say I really like the covers for this series. As a designer, I appreciate the consistency. I appreciate how they're managing that. I can't wait to dive back into this world. And I've been like, I tried finding this in the library, I tried finding it everywhere in Sri Lanka, couldn't get it. This is actually from Bangladesh, so Sri Lanka, step up. Like, y'all need to get Chloe Gong books. Like, get all her books, she's worth it. The last book that I bought myself is Shattered Lands by Sam Dalrymple. First of all, this is a really beautiful book. Like, I love this cover, I love all that detail, I love the gold, I love this color combination, and it's beautiful. I really like this book as a physical book, but also ever since I've heard about this book, my brain is just like, I need it. Like, I need to read it. The thing with me and like nonfiction books is generally I don't need to buy it. Like, I'm okay with just reading it on my Kindle. But then like this one's a thick one. Like, she's a thick boy. This is a big book too again. So I knew that like I'm never gonna read this unless I get a physical copy. And it also has photos, as expected, of nonfiction books. But yes, I'm very excited to read this. This is like on my decolonial reading list. It's about the 5 partitions in the making of modern Asia. I think what really drew me to this book was this idea that like we've always been thought of the one partition, right? Like, obviously when you say the partition, there's a partition that we all think of, Pakistan, India. But then like, what about the rest of the South Asian countries that came out of multiple different partitions? So I will get back to you guys once I know more, once I've read the book, because obviously I don't know this book until I've read it. Also, it helps a lot that Aanchal Malhotra is right there blurbing this book, because she's a queen. I got to meet her at Ceylon Literary Festival, and let me tell you, she was the sweetest, most warmest author that I met at the festival. I loved talking to her. I got my copy signed of her book, and her sessions were also incredible. She is so cool and so good at her job. And yeah, Aanchal Malhotra slay. But yes, it really helps that she's like right there on the blurb. But yes, these are like the books that I bought for myself. On top of these books that I bought for myself, I also got the books from the book swap, so I'll be quickly going through the book swap books as well. So the first one is an oddball one, is Crazy Rich Asians by Kevin Kwan. I never got to reading Crazy Rich Asians. I know it had its like heyday, but I don't know why I never went for it. I also think it's because it was like, it had a lot of mixed reviews at the time, and I'm not like a contemporary I wasn't a contemporary lit girly at that time. So then I was like, you know, I'm not doing this. I do love the movie though. The movie is like a comfort movie for me. I've watched it maybe like 8 times and I could watch it more. Like, it's so cozy. I am keeping in mind that a lot of people have told me that the book is not really like the movie. It has a lot more of like a serious literary element to it. I just like reading more of these iconic stories just so I can make an opinion for myself. Crazy Rich Asians is on my shelf now. Another one that's along the same exact vein now that I'm realizing is Hidden Figures. I got the Hidden Figures book by Margot Shetterley. This is obviously the nonfiction book that inspired the movie. A lot of people who try to read this think it's basically an adaptation of the movie, but it's not. It's a collection of the documentation of the actual black female astronauts who were part of NASA. So it's not like this story in Hidden Figures. It's a non-fiction collection of interviews. Oh, so the member that I got this from our book club actually left a lovely little note, and I have forgotten to read it until now, so I'm gonna read it out. Thank you for giving this book a chance to be loved. I hope you're able to appreciate it a little more than I did. Books are subjective, so don't let my experience reading it taint yours. How lovely. Thank you, Asra. I'm really excited to have this in my hands because I loved the movie when it came out. Like, I was quite young though. I don't know how I'd feel about it now, but I really did enjoy the movie at the time. And I do love a space book about women, and it's nonfiction. Like, I'll eat it up. So I'm excited to give this a fair shot and see what I think. I also got Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine by Gail, Honeyman. And this is a book that, the thing is, when it came out, I don't know why, I think there was a surge of books that were very similar to this, and when it came out, it just mentally I was like, oh, they're all the same, and I never ended up picking it up. But I've recently been looking for a lot of books about feeling lost. This was a book that actually kept popping up, and I know it's YA, but I've also been getting back into YA, so I'm really happy that Pooja from our book club got this for our book swap, and she is so lovely as well. She has also put in a bunch of stickers and a little note. I'm really excited to get into this. I'm so happy I got this. Actually, I've been meaning to pick this up. The next one is a totally unexpected a swap that I made with another one of our members, and that is A Disobedient Girl by Freeman. First of all, it's such an interesting and like absorbing cover. Like, as soon as you see it, you want to keep looking at it. This one is about 2 women in Sri Lanka. I had no idea that this was a Sri Lankan author, but this is a Sri Lankan book, and I immediately, like, I heard like a little bit of the summary and I knew that I wanted it. I also really like the title. I love reading about women in literature in general, but like add to that the fact that this is Sri Lankan, and I believe that the characters are not from diaspora. We're talking about characters that are in living in rural Sri Lanka, so that's even more exciting for me. This one's also a massive book. Why are books so big these days? Like look at the difference in size. Like, this is the average book size. Like, why are they so big? Like, even Fallout Huntsman, like, they're so massive. Like, oh my god, I don't really care that much, but also like I can't carry this anywhere without it getting damaged. But yes, less complaining, more appreciation for these books. So I'm gonna stop complaining. Let me stack them all up for you guys to see. I don't know if I can fit everything. I'm gonna try to fit as much as I can on here. I think this totals like 10 books. Ooh. Yeah. These are the books I got. I'm gonna move this away. That's it for my book haul. Thanks so much for watching. Do like this video if you liked it, and click on the notification bell so you know every single time I post, and subscribe, obviously. Share this with anyone you think would enjoy it as well, and I'll see you back here for another cozy video yapping about books. Bye bye. Assalamu alaikum. I'm so hyped in this video because I have new books. Watch me not read these for a long time. Because if I told you guys the number of books in my physical TBR, jail.